Let's start in one. Let's lie down today. That's nice and easy for everyone. And right away, just bring your awareness onto your physical body here. Just notice the physical sensations. And quickly do a full body scan here from the toes all the way to the crown of the head. So we're just taking this opportunity to notice any areas of openness, any areas of tension, and what areas needs a little bit more love and attention today. And listen to your breath. Allow this to now be your main focus. Feel the warmth, maybe the coolness as it touches your nostrils as you exhale. And see if you can deepen into your breath just a little bit more. So you're starting to take control of the inhales and the exhales. Taking a big inhale through the nose and a big breath out through the nose. Maybe noticing any emotional sensations arising. See if you can keep focusing on your breaths. Taking those real nice big inhales through the nose. Nice long exhales through the nose. Just try not to rush the breath. You can keep the eyes closed or blink them open, completely up to you. We're just coming for a full body stretch. So begin to point into 10 toes, reach the arms over the head. Really imagine that I'm pulling you in 2 different directions, just maybe creating an arch in the lower back, flaring to the ribs. And then when you're ready to, just begin to hug the knees in and then rock side to side. Just really feel into the lower back here. Maybe feeling into the glutes. Might feel a bit of tension there. Just really rocking side to side. Slowly land the knees towards the left. Use your hands to slowly lift all the way up, coming to a nice comfortable seated position. Sitting really nice and tall. Again, up to you if you want to keep the eyes closed or you can blink them open. Maybe just bring the gaze towards the tip of the nose. Can you sit a little bit taller? Really finding length along your side body. We'll just bring the shoulders way up towards the ears and then roll them back and then down. So nice spacious chest here. And as you sit a little bit taller on the in-breath, just notice how you are sitting, where you're bearing your weight. Maybe you're leaning a little bit more forwards. Maybe you're rounding a little bit more and the shoulders are rolling in. So maybe just rock forwards and backwards, side to side, until you find a nice neutral place. Placing the hands on top of the knees, if they're not already. As you take a big inhale, puff the chest forwards. Slight arch in the back, maybe lean the head back. And then as you exhale, we're going to round it in, send the back of the heart behind you, roll the shoulders in, chin towards the chest. Seated cat-cow, and feel more like that. So inhale for your cow pose. And then as you exhale, really round it in, chin towards the chest. And just keep going, nice and easy with the breath. Just really starting that moving meditation. And then make this your last one. Coming back to that nice tall spine, engaged ribs. Dropping the left hand to the outside of your left hip. You're going to reach your right arm high towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, take a side bend to the left. Maybe walk the left hand a little bit further out if you'd like a little bit more space. You can always land your forearms onto the ground. Just make sure you're not adding in a back bend here. Can you keep the chest nice and open? Can you relax the shoulders? You can always place your right hand behind the head and then spin the chest open towards the ceiling if you like, if that feels good. And then you're going to inhale, lift all the way up, reach the arms towards the ceiling, press into the sitting bone. And then as you exhale to the other side, right arm or right hand finds the ground, take a side bend towards the right. Keep flaring into the left ribs as you keep the left side open. And again, the left hand can go behind the head, maybe spin the chest up, completely up to you. And then lifting all the way up as you reach the arms up towards the ceiling, nice, tall spine. And as you exhale, you're going to twist towards the left, drop the the hands towards the outside of the left thigh. Yeah. So you're really pressing into the right sitting bone as you roll the right shoulder over towards the left. Maybe roll the chin towards the chest. You can reach the arms further out a little bit more. So you're just stretching a little bit more into the right back side. And then inhale brings you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. And then as you exhale to the other side, drop the hands towards the outside of the thigh, and then really roll the left shoulder towards the right. And then coming all the way up. Keeping the left foot tucked in, we'll extend your right leg to the outside of the right hip. So if it's, seeing as this is your first hamstring stretch, you can always keep the knee bent if this feels a bit too much too soon. Roll your right shoulder down the right leg. So just lean into that right leg as you keep the chest nice and open. You can stay here if you like. Again, left hand behind the head, just to encourage the chest to stay open. If it feels okay, you can always reach your left arm over the head. When you're looking for something a little bit more restorative, you can use the brick, the props, and then you can just gently lean towards the right with the bolster. Find out what works for you. And then lifting all the way up as you place your right hand on top of the left knee, left fingertips behind you. Take a deep inhale, find your length, and then as you exhale, gentle twist. Maybe shifting the gaze way over that left shoulder. And coming back to center, we'll take it to the other side. So the right foot tucks in, left leg to the outside of your left hip. Micro bend into the knee, and then just lean down towards that left leg. Staying here, again, you can place your hand behind the head. Keep the chest nice and open, or you can reach it way over. Make sure you're still breathing nice and full. And then coming all the way up. Oh, welcome for twist, I forgot. Hand on top of the right knee, right fingertips behind you. So take a deep inhale, find your length, and then as you exhale, gentle twist. And again, you can always shift the head way over that right shoulder. Coming back to center. And now we'll take it into your hands and knees. Take the top position. You're going to spread into the left fingers. You're going to swing this left foot to the outside of your left hip. Roll yourself open, modified side plank. So you're facing the right side, and the right leg is long towards the back of the mat. Your right arm can reach up, or you can catch your hip. Keep shoulder on top of shoulder, hip on top of hip. Engage into the glutes. Keep breathing. You can stay here if you like. Of course, you can always float your right leg. And take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, release your hand to the mat. Face the top of the mat. Keep the right toes back behind you as you just gently rock forwards and backwards. We're just stretching into the calf and the back of the ankle, the toes behind you. Tap the toes onto the mat. The right toes. Yeah, and then rock forwards and backwards. So we just warm up into the wrists as well. Finding a bit of stillness here. Keep the right leg long behind you. Spread into the fingers. Hands about shoulder width distance apart with an index finger at least facing forward. You're going to float your right leg up. Staying here. Keep the hip points facing forwards. Ribs and the belly engaged. Or you like, left arm reaches forwards. So you really want to imagine that you can balance a teacup onto the lower back. There shouldn't be a back bend in this. Take a big inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, round in, elbow to knee, nice and slow. Use your core here. Two more like that. Inhale, reach. And as you exhale, round it in. Keep pressing into the right hand. One last time. Inhale, release. And then as you exhale, round it in. Quick reset if you like. Hands and knees. You just wiggle it around, or you can stay in your bird dog. This time around, you're going to send your left elbow to the outside of your left shoulder at 90 degrees. And then we're going to mirror it with the right knee. If it doesn't feel good, then just choose one. Make sure you've got equalness between both sides. You're not leaning too far over to one side. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, left arm forward, right leg back. Returning to that bird dog. Inhale, release. Cactus the arm, cactus the leg, engage into the side. And then as you exhale, release. One last time, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, release. This time around, you're going to release your left hand to the mat, right leg to the back of the mat. Sorry, I don't know. Towards the long side, the outside, yeah. It's because I'm facing the wrong way. So you're in an extended kind of tabletop. Reach your right arm nice and high, take a big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, thread the needle. So right arm way underneath the left arm. Yeah, land your cheek to the mat. So this is where you can prop yourself up with underneath the head, underneath the forehead if you feel like you're too far up. Yeah. Like a breath. And slowly lift all the way up as you return the right leg back behind you. Quick reset if you need to. And then step your right foot forwards. Half splits, front leg starts to straighten. So as you come into your half splits, notice I've scooched my left knee behind me to give me a little bit more space as I extend my front leg. Peel the toes towards the face and then think about pulling the right hip back and up. There's also a good time to use some bricks or blocks underneath the hands to lift the floor up to you as well, if you feel like you're rounding. Stretching into the hamstring. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, return back into your tabletop position, hands and knees. Hands shoulder width distance apart, knees underneath the hips as you come for your cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest through the arms, look up. And as you exhale, round it in, chin towards the chest. And then a few more just like that. And then make this your last one. And then we'll come to a neutral spine. We'll repeat the sequence on the other side. So spread into the right fingers as you swing your right foot behind you. Open yourself up towards the left, modified side plank. Left arm can reach high, maybe catch the hip. You can always lift your left leg up as well, so it's completely up to you. Lift the hips up a little bit higher, so you're using the oblique. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, land your left hand to the mat. Face the front of your mat. Keep the left toes behind you as you just rock forwards and backwards. Inviting the calf and the ankle and the wrists in for a stretch. Finding a bit of stillness as you float your left leg up. So you can stay here if you like, right arm reaches forward. Make sure the core and the ribs are engaged, so you're not adding in that back bend here, so everything is engaged. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, round it in, the elbow to knee, nice and slow. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. One last time, inhale, release. And then as you exhale, crunch. Quick reset if you like in your tabletop, or you can stay with the leg and the arm extended. We're going to 90-90 in the leg and the arm now. So if it doesn't feel good, then just choose one. Take a deep inhale, activate into the outer left glute. And then as you exhale, sweep the leg behind you, right arm reaches forwards. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, find length. One last time, inhaling. And then as you exhale, extend. This time round, right hand lands, left leg to the outside of your left hip. Spin that left foot down. As you inhale, reach your left arm nice and high. Roll the shoulders on top of each other, and then she exhales, spread it all the way through. Again, you can always pop the head up. If it doesn't feel good, you can just bend your left knee and just come for the child's pose version. And then coming all the way up. So either come to a child's pose, up to you. If you feel ready, downward facing dog. Just lifting the hips back behind you, she tuck 10 toes under. For this first downward dog, let's keep the knees bent. I forgot the half splits on the other side, haven't I? Or just stay here for a minute. So find length along the spine, press into the fingertips as you engage into the ribs a little bit more. And then inhale, come back into a tabletop position as you step your left foot forward, because I forgot this side. Extend your front leg, half splits. Peel the little toe towards the face as you send the chest forward. You can always just gently rock forwards and backwards. And just notice how this side feels compared to the other side. And then we'll just rebend your knee and then step it back, downward dog. If you want to take any other transitions, you're more than welcome to. If you prefer to stay in a child's pose, then you are welcome to do that. So keeping the knees nice and bent as you find that length along the spine, really grounding into the inner palms so that the hand stays active and the wrist stays safe. As you inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forwards. Any forward fold that you like, go for it. Grab onto opposite elbows, interlace your fingers behind you, send the arms over. Just allow the arms to hang, whatever feels comfortable. You can always slip the hands right underneath the feet as well, if you want a little bit more of a stretch in the wrist. Pedal out through the legs, sway into the hips. As you begin to bend into the left leg, left fingertips to the ground, placing your right hand onto the lower back. Take a deep inhale, send the left shoulder forward. Exhale, twist towards the right. You can stay here if you like, right arm to reach high towards the ceiling. Coming back to the center, right fingertips finds the ground. Bend into the right knee as you twist towards the left. Maybe the hand can come onto the lower back, or you'd like to reach high, really up to you. And then coming back to the center, folding forwards. Spreading into the toes. Find equal weight in the feet. Maybe rock forwards and backwards. Pedal out through the legs. Placing the hands on top of the legs or to the ground as you inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest through. And then as you exhale, fold forwards, release the hands to the mat, step it back, downward facing dog. Keeping the knees bent if you've got tight hamstrings. Yeah, perfect. We'll just do one more round like that. So inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Hands on top of the legs or to the ground as you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Press down the legs, inhale, lift you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. As you exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest through. Exhale, release the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. If you want to complete the vinyasa, you're more than welcome to. Inhale, reach your right leg nice and high, three-legged dog. Maybe lift high onto the left toe. And then as you exhale, shift the gaze out in front of you. As you step your right foot forward between the hands. So pull it through if you need that to happen. Land your left knee to the mat, lower lunge. Squeeze into the inner thighs as you inhale, reach the arms high. So go 90-90 in the legs here. So the front knee stacks on top of the ankle and the left knee is underneath the hip. Reaching the arms nice and high. So take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist towards the right, split the arms nice and wide. Maybe shift the gaze towards that back arm. As you twist, make sure this right hip doesn't stick out, so can you engage into the outer glute a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center, arms towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, tuck the back toes under if it's not already, lift up, high lunge, crescent lunge. Keep squeezing into the inner thighs. Both the front knee is bent. I'll probably bend your back a little bit. Yeah. As you release the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Again, feel free to vinyasa through. As you inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. Three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Take a big step forward. Land your right knee to the mat, underneath the hip. Or rise up, lower lunge. Squeeze into the inner thighs here. Shoulder stacks on top of the hip. Take a big inhale, exhale, twist towards the left, split the arms nice and wide. Maybe follow the gaze over towards that left hand. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and high. Tuck the back toes under if they're not already. And then as you exhale, we'll lift it up, high lunge. Remember the front knee stacks on top of the ankle. And to avoid that leaning forwards, you can always bend into that back knee. Shoulders on top of the hip. And I'm squeezing into the inner thighs and wrapping the outer glutes in together to just stabilize into the pelvis a little bit more. And obviously I'm breathing, so take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands to the mat, step it back, downward dog or vinyasa through, whatever feels good for you. We'll repeat that sequence again. So inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. And as you exhale, right foot steps forward. You can always land your left knee first if that feels comfortable. Reach the arms up, low lunge. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, twist towards the right, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale, come back to center, arms towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, lift it up, high lunge. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the mat, step it back, downward dog, or take your vinyasa wherever feels good. Inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Right knee finds the mat as you lift the arms high towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, twist towards the left, split the arms nice and wide. Inhale, come back to center, arms towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, push it up, use your base, high lunge. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, hands find the ground. Step it back, downward dog, or you can vinyasa through, whatever feels good. And obviously, if at any time you like to take a child's pose, that is always there for you. Inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Hands on top of the legs or to the ground. As you inhale, halfway lift, pull the chest through. Exhale, fold forward. Spread into the toes, press down the legs. So inhale, lift you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, hands together, heart center. 10 toes are pointing forwards. So two options here. You can come from the more traditional stance where the big toes are together, little gap in the heels. Or you can take feet hip width distance apart. Wherever you are, we'll take a chair pose. Sink the butt back behind you as you squat into the legs. So the knees should roughly be on top of the ankles, but never over the toes. So you've got that nice slope in the spine from the tailbone or the sitting bones all the way to the crown of the head. So you should feel the back muscles switch on. Palms slightly face each other. If it doesn't feel good in the upper back, you can always bring hands together, heart center, or you can bring their hands on top of the hips. Whatever feels good for you. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, stand nice and tall. Hands together, heart center. So feet about hip width distance apart. Spread into the right toes and really engage into that right quad. You're going to hug the left knee in. So as you hug the left knee in, make sure this right hip again doesn't sag out. Can you wrap it in and back behind you? Take a deep inhale, find your focus out in front of you. And as you exhale, tree pose, left foot to the inside of that right leg. Just make sure it's not on top of the knee. You can always tap the toes to the ground. And you can always lift it higher. So, and then you can do whatever you like with the arms. Find that support in the base, which is the right foot. Inhale, return your knee back to center, go nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're going to take a big step back with the left foot, spin it down, warrior two. So now you're facing the left side. Front knee is bent, so that's the right knee. Roughly about one leg's distance apart, but if you've got any groin issues, then you can go shorter. But the front knee is definitely on top of the ankle, maybe behind, never forward, soft toes. Arms in line with the shoulders, and I'm finding my focus over the right middle finger. Notice if you're kind of hinging forwards here, so can you peel the shoulder back so it stacks on top of the knee? Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat, step it back, downward dog, or you can vinyasa through, it's completely up to you. You can again always take child's pose. Can you find a little bit more length along the lower back? As you inhale, look at the front of you, slowly walk to the top of the mat, folding forward. Hands on top of the legs or to the ground as you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. Press down the legs, inhale, lift you all the way over, reach the arms nice and high. And then as you exhale, find your base, chair pose. So this time around, maybe you want to bring the big toes together, little gap in the heel. Maybe you want to go hip width distance apart. Just checking with the knees, checking with the back, checking with your physical body, right? So notice what's feeling a little bit, soft, what can you engage into a little bit more. Press down the legs, inhale, lift you all the way up. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Spread into the left toes, engage into that left quad as you hug the right knee in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, tree pose, right foot to the inside of that left leg. And then just find wherever you like to have it. Engage into the outer glute, and you can do whatever you want with the arms. Inhale, return the knee back to center, go nice and tall. Exhale, step it nice and long, warrior two. So now you're facing the long side of the mat, left knee is bent, find your base. Squeeze the 2 feet together so that keeps a bit of activation. And then the arms are nice and long. Gaze is over the left middle finger, and I'm finding that focus. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Take your time arriving there. And just release the knees to the mat. come to a child's pose. Bring the seat to the heels, arms out in front of you or to the side. And again, you can always just make this a little bit more restorative by popping the chest up. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. If you feel ready, we'll come back into a downward dog. However way you like to get there. And of course, you can always stay in your child's pose. Shorten the stance a little bit more. Yeah. As you inhale, reach your right leg nice and high. Three like a dog. Roll the hip open, send the heel towards the glute. As you send the heel towards the glute, keep the chest facing forwards and just roll the hips open. Lift higher to the left toe, shift the gaze out in front of you as you take a step forward to the outside of your right hand. Pull it through if you need that to happen. Spread into the right toes. So the toes are slightly facing outwards. You're going to lean right, take a big step forward with the left foot, yogi squat. To the left hand to the outside of that left foot. Hands together, heart center, or you can maybe just catch the ground behind you with your fingertips. Whatever feels good for you. Spread into the toes, press down the legs. Inhale, lift you all the way up. Use the strength of your legs, reach high. And then as you exhale, slide it all the way back down, yogi squat. Two more like that. So inhale, press high. And then as you exhale down. One last time, take a big inhale, lift all the way up. This time as you exhale, lower all the way down. Release the hands to the mat. Lean right, take a big step back with the left toes. Land your left knee to the mat. So come to that lizard lunge. Remember the knee and the toes need to be in the same direction. So you can stay here. If it feels good for you, you've got space, you can lower down to the forearm. You can also flex into that right foot, roll to the outside of that right foot. Whatever feels good if you want to get into the groin a little bit more. You can always twist towards the right and grab hold of that back foot if you like. That option's always there. You can always use a strap. And if you want to make it a little bit more restorative, the bolster or maybe the sofa or whatnot will go underneath the chest. And you can just lie down. Or you can tilt it and then you can rest it like this. So it's completely up to you. You can stay here a little bit longer. If you're ready to move on, or you would like to move on, scoot your right foot over towards the left. Land it in that pigeon pose, left leg long. So the right shin is forwards. So there shouldn't be any knee pain here, so just be mindful of how you move. A few things you can do here. You can stay nice and tall. You can lie down. If you've not got any props, then obviously you can just hold forward. You can always grab a few bricks or blocks and place it underneath the right hip, a couple of cushions. And then if you're super high and you've got a bolster, you can make it again a little bit more restorative by placing the bolster underneath the right or the groin. And then you can sit nice and tall. So this will make it super restorative. And then the last option, I'll just about me, is putting this at an angle and then just lean into this bolster. And you can do this with a sofa or footstool as well. So as we begin to cool things down, see we can really feel the good sensations, the openness. Stay here as long as you need to. If you feel ready, slowly lift it all the way up. And take your time. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Have a way you like to get there. Keep finding length along the spine. Engaging the ribs. As you inhale, reach your left leg nice and high. And as you exhale, roll the hip open, turn the heel towards the glute. So think about sending the left knee up towards the ceiling as the armpits stay facing towards the ground. Lift high into the right toes, shift the gaze out in front of you. Take a big step forward to the outside of your left hand. Match it with the right foot, yogi squat. Find a nice wide base, press down into the toes. Inhale, lift you all the way up, reach the arms nice and high. And then as you exhale, slide all the way down. And again, just like that, take a big inhale, lift. Exhale down. Not 3 times, we'll do one last time. One last time, take a big inhale, lift. Exhale all the way down. So release the hands to the mat, lean left. Take a big step back with the right toes. Right knee finds the ground. There's a bend. Try your best to keep the left knee roughly on top of the ankle so you can always move. And then just find your variation, what feels good for you on this side. Again, you can come for that twist, you can lower down, you can pop yourself up. Completely up to you. Do what works for you. You can stay here a little bit longer before ready. Scoot your open for pigeon pose. Left shin finds the ground. Right leg long back behind you. Again, take your variation, whatever feels good for you on this side. Remember to keep the nice soft breath. Nice big inhale through the nose. Nice long exhale through the nose. Coming all the way up and take your time. We'll meet in our last downward facing dog. Have a way you like to get there. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank pose. And as you exhale, lower the knees to the mat as you swing the legs forward. Legs forward. Sit nice and tall. Again, the spine should be as long as you can. You can prop yourself up on bricks, cushions, bolster. Bolster's like super. Peel the toes towards the face. Take a deep inhale. You can stay where you're at if you like. Exhale, fold forwards. And come in all the way up, and then we'll slowly recline all the way down. So you can lie flat on your back, or if you like, you can prop yourself up. It's completely up to you. Where you are, you're going to hug the knees in, gently rock side to side. Pressing the lower back into the mat, squeeze the knees in towards the armpit, so you can stay here if you like. Happy baby. So you can just grab hold of the ankle, maybe the calf, send the soles towards the ceiling, and then you can continue the swaying. It should feel nice in the lower back and in the groin. If it doesn't, you've gone too far. And then hugging the knees in, gently rock side to side. Rocking so much that the knees falls towards the left. Allow the chest to stay nice and open. Maybe turn the head, or you can keep it towards the ceiling, wherever you stood. Maybe close down the eyes. And then coming back through center, take a deep inhale. And exhale to the other side. And then coming back through center, squeeze the knees in, rocking side to side. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and then as you exhale, release the legs out in front of you, arms by your sides, palm faces up, eyes closed, final pose. And just gently begin to wiggle the fingers on the toes. And then just really take your time. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position. Sitting nice and tall. Keeping the eyes closed. Just coming back to those nice soft breaths. Finding that natural rhythm again. So whatever feels natural for you. Take a big inhale, reach the arms nice and high. Exhale, hands together and bow the head forwards. Show love and gratitude to yourself and to this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you.